The Sunday before Thanksgiving, we will be live on this channel.
Earl.
Push him off the desk. What kind of day is this woman having where you got to double fist him?
Do you need to know?
No. There was a bet going in the office how many pickles she would eat.
I think I said 47.
How would you define the word blessed? Like somebody says, I'm blessed. What in the world are they saying? Maybe we got somebody brand new to hear and they're like, that's a great question. I'm blessed. What does that mean? What's somebody saying to him? To be ready to say thankful is that I'm in a position, a posture of gratefulness.
Life is busy. Things can get pretty intense from time to time. Our attention is captured by current events or brief moments that distract from what's important. As we walk this path, our focus starts to shift. Our gaze begins to wander. Life itself gets a bit blurry. That's what chaos does. It diverts our eyes from looking at Jesus. It steals our gaze and distorts our view. But this is not how God intended us to live. For He is the peace in the chaos, the calm in the storm, the anchor in the rising sea. When we keep our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith, we can walk through anything this life has to offer.
Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to a wonderful day. My name is Scott Medidal. I'm so glad to be hanging with you. We have a crew of people today. We have some familiar faces and some unusual characters that are going to be with us today. We're talking about being grateful, but we also want to shout out to all the veterans here in the United States that have served for us, for our freedom, fighting over the seas and over... I could just go on. Just thank you. We know that we have those attached to the community that their husband, their wife currently are deployed, and our hearts go out to you. And so we got a video we're going to watch here in a second to just honor and make sure we give some serious love and respect to those families. But we're joined with a very Minnesotan woman. She looks like she is trying out to be maybe Paul Bunyan's girlfriend. I don't know. My wife, Holly, how we doing?
I don't want to be Paul Bunyan's girlfriend.
But he's just looking like it today.
Hi, everybody. Yes, looking Minnesota.
But it says blessed. That throws me off because I don't.
Blessed.
Yeah.
I'm blessed.
Oh, you're blessed. Okay, what does that mean exactly? What does blessed mean? Let's actually be an expert on this. We got Dwayne all the way down to Mississippi. Dwayne, how are we doing today?
Doing good.
He's doing good, he says. Okay, Dwayne, how would you define the word blessed? Like somebody says, I'm blessed. What in the world are they saying? Maybe we got somebody brand new to hear and they're like, that's a great question. I'm blessed. What does that mean? What's somebody saying, Dwayne?
I've been given more than I deserve.
Ooh, that's not how I would read it, but I like that one. I like that. I'm blessed. We got an expert also in all things 15 years and younger, Epic Mendenhall.
Woo!
How we doing?
What's up, everybody? We're doing great.
Are you blessed?
Yeah, I'm blessed.
You are?
With a wonderful family.
Okay, what does it mean to be blessed?
What Dwayne said.
What? No. Don't laugh at it, Dwayne. Dwayne, it's going to be a long day if you're going to chuckle at everything he says today. We're going to be here.
Come on. We got Epic in the house.
Yeah. And you're chuckling at this dude 2 seconds in. We're having a long day here. Oh, boy. Okay, well, then tell me in a few words, what did Dwayne say, Epic?
He said... I can't remember.
Yeah, so what is blessed? What is blessed?
Blessed is...
When you read your mother shirt across the studio, what does that mean?
Blessed is getting stuff that you don't deserve.
Getting stuff, like a one-wheel? Hats? What are we talking about?
Everything.
Everything. Okay, great. Wow. Okay, great. Dwayne, how are you doing down there in Mississippi?
We're good.
Yeah?
It's raining. Temperatures dropped a little bit, so that's always nice.
Dropped to what?
Yeah.
75?
Yeah.
No. I would say it's probably
Not
in the
that.
mid-60s right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to say no, like 80.
Like 80.
Yeah.
Oh, man, Dwayne, I love when we get to hang with you today. A great topic. I think, Dwayne, you're one of the staples that do this pretty well. Not perfect all the time, but pretty grateful for just life in general, the friends you have. So today, because we're kicking off a brand new series, Dwayne, I don't know if you knew this. I don't even know if we've even put up a picture of this here online. But this new series we're in for the next couple of weeks is I Heart My Ungrateful Friends. Dwayne, you're not one of those. You're not my ungrateful friend. Holly, how would you explain blessed after hearing Dwayne and Epic, who didn't ever give us a thing? How would you?
It.
He did. He can. I do like that. I think it's more than anything that we deserve.
Anything more than we deserve. So I'm blessed.
Which I would think that's
I just
a
think
category of a huge piece. A lot
but
of people.
I think that's weird talk, if I'm really honest.
Blessed?
Yeah, I think when somebody says I'm blessed, it just to me falls in the category of Christianese.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, maybe it does sound a little more Christianese than, but is that just us? That I mean, blessed is an actual word in the dictionary.
I know, but
just us feeling that.
What does the dictionary say?
Well, let's
Dwayne,
look
do
it
you
up.
ever roll around and just go, I'm blessed? Is that it doesn't sound like that's a Christianese term?
Well, I would say it sounds like more than a Christianese term. Like I think it would be a spiritual term. Like I think it's not just. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would think it would not be something just specific to Christians, but just different religions in general. Maybe.
Okay, so religious term. I just feel like as Christians we end up with a new lingo. Like you come a follower of Jesus, and all of a sudden you got to learn new words and phrases that you don't normally use. Like there's a song we might potentially play a little bit. It's called "Fire's Gonna Fall." What? Like when you read that, if somebody didn't have any idea, they're like, "Wait, we're praying that fire falls from the sky." That's weird. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm on fire for the Lord. Epic, what does that mean? Has somebody ever said to you, I'm fire for the Lord? What would they be saying? Do you know?
Well, they're saying that they're like passionate about the Lord or want to know more or something, I think.
Okay. But why don't we just say, I'm excited to be a follower of Jesus. God's up to something good. Why do we have? Is this just a problem of my own, Dwayne? Do you think it's just me?
I think you're overthinking it. I mean,
I do too. Go ahead, Dwayne.
Like, if someone has never been into football and we start talking about football and huddles and we start talking about different terminology, and it's like, like it is, I guess, a new terminology that you have to learn. But it carries, I don't know, it carries a different meaning. Like it's a lot, I don't know, like you can communicate a lot more efficiently with the words. Like the words are deeper, the words mean different things, mean something a little bit more. So, different terminology.
I can get on when you say football and terminologies, but I also think, though, it's a barrier to entry of like, I don't know what you're saying when you say what you're saying. Like, I'm blessed feels weird. Like, I'm good. That makes a lot of sense. Or I'm on fire for the Lord. How about I'm excited to see what God's going to do? Like, I just wonder if it's a harder. I mean, maybe I'm making it more complicated.
I think it's great that you want to try to get to the point where you could explain it. If I say that to somebody and they're like, "What does blessed mean?" Then I want to be able to explain that.
Dwayne, would you rather me say, "Hey, Dwayne, you want to go fellowship together?" Or Dwayne, you want to go hang out? Both of which mean the same thing, but as a Christian, I often hear people say, "Hey, let's fellowship together." And it's like, I don't understand. That's confusing to me. Why can't we just say, "Let's hang out"?
You have a whole list of these.
I do.
But this is what one of the things.
But wait, no. I want to hear Dwayne.
It seems purposeful.
What,
like,
to say let's fellowship?
Fellowship.
To fellowship, like it definitely
there's a little bit more of an intentionality.
I think here's what I'm learning on this.
Right.
Here's what I'm learning. I'm learning this, and maybe I'm wrong on this. I think that me being from where I'm from, it just doesn't make sense. I think the further down south you get, it's like that's just the way. That's the way it is. Like,
that's not true because Holly.
That's right.
But Holly's got more tendencies of a Southern belle than anybody.
Here's what one of the things that comes up that says about blessed. Divinely or happily favored, fortunate to have.
Well, that sounds boastful then. I'm divinely favored.
Often used in a lighthearted way or to avoid sounding boastful.
But that's because people don't know that's what it actually means. So now we know the meaning says, hey, I'm blessed, meaning I'm highly favored from the heavenlies.
I mean,
what you got to do? Huh?
But I truly think, like, I'm blessed in so many different areas that I don't deserve it. And so I think that.
So you're favored. But you're not favored more than anybody else, or are you?
No.
Are you sure? How do you know?
God's,
What? Yeah. Say that, Dwayne. We're what?
We're God's people. Like,
yeah.
The Israelites were blessed. You know, it's like, hey, you know what? Like, it's a nod that, hey, it's not coming from me. Like, it's my Father, my King knows me. And, like, yeah, like, it's nothing that I've done, but just who he is.
I also think it's a sign of gratitude.
Of gratitude.
Like, I recognize that I am not deserving of whatever it may be, whatever a one wheel, whatever epic, all of the things that he was saying. But I am fortunate enough, and I have them.
Yeah. As I see you on camera, how with your Minnesota flannel with the wood on the background, you look like you're up north. Yeah, she's got like 2 cups of coffee on her desk today. I don't know what's happening here.
It's because Lily's not here to share the other coffee with.
What kind of day is this woman having where you got to double fist them?
Do you need to know?
No.
Okay.
But I'm just saying.
Do the people need to know?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell Dwayne? Dwayne wants to know. All I know about Dwayne today is I can keep hearing him chuckle in the background.
Yeah, you just hear him.
I didn't hear him at all.
Historic made me some coffee for this afternoon, and she put it in my Vikings cup, which I love. I love this mug, but it doesn't keep it hot for anything. And then there was just a little bit more left in the pot, and so I put it in this because it keeps it hot. And it was just going to be to refill that, but now I'm just on this because this is hotter.
Okay, great. Thanks for letting us know. We all will sleep so much better today. Hopefully, whenever you're watching this, that you might be downing your own hot beverage of choice. Please put in the comment what your morning drink is. Because, Dwayne, are you a morning coffee guy in the morning?
I'm not a coffee guy.
Right. Okay, so what are you drinking first thing in the morning besides water? What's your first beverage?
It's either a V8 energy. Oh, yeah. Like, this is a comment. Like, everyone knows this by now.
You should know this.
Well, he just changed it up. You got V8. V8 to Dr. Pepper, I'm assuming.
V8 or Dr. Pepper, yes.
Yeah, they're very close.
Does V8 sound healthier?
Yeah, for sure.
It does. It
has vegetables on the
it has
can. Epic, what's your start of the day beverage? Do you have one?
No, but does like cereal and milk count?
Well, that's not a beverage, but you have milk. But there you go.
Yeah, I have milk.
Okay, there you go. And then does it do your body good?
So good.
So good. All right.
He's a big Honey Nut Cheerio.
Are you a D milk kind of guy?
Oh, a what?
A D milk?
What's
Vitamin
that?
D.
You don't know what that is?
No, I don't. Whatever we get is.
We get like a 2%er.
No, honey, we get whole.
Oh, whole.
Whole's the way to go.
Whole. That's a lot of D in there.
We used to do 2%, and then we started making hot chocolate, so it officially switched.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. So much better.
Hot chocolate.
So much better. Custom hot chocolate. Okay. We got a lot on the plate today. For those wondering where Lily is, she's traveling. She is in New York for a wedding. She would like everyone to know about her plant. She has it on the desk that Ep is sitting. This is Earl's new home. Earl has been he got transplanted.
We need to cover him up with something. We don't need him on the desk.
You don't like him on the desk?
He's fine on the desk. Don't push him off.
Earl.
Push him off the desk.
Earl is Earl.
Dwayne, do you have any living plants in your home?
No.
Okay.
No.
We just got one. Like, besides that one, it was like an invasion of plants around here. We
had one little succulent for a long time.
Yeah, but tiny.
Like
it was fit in your hand, so no one counts that one. But we got another one, and Holly walks by the other night. Well, you know what, little guy? You don't have a name. Your friend Earl out there does. And so she wants to name plants now.
I actually think that was our 16-year-old son that said, "This plant, what's this plant's name?"
No.
By making a joke.
And
you said he doesn't have a name.
And then he came up today, and I believe he named her Betsy.
Betsy? Legend named the plant Betsy. That's a horrible plant.
I feel like that sounds like a cow.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, Dwayne. You're gonna have to put up with a lot today.
I mean, like, naming plants, like, that's not that far out there for you guys. Like, what's the name of your car?
Silver Moose.
Yeah.
Well, that one It's big, like a moose, and it's silver.
Like not a moose.
Still a name.
What?
It's not a moose though. Like
Yeah,
a
I
silver
know.
moose is like, but
Yeah,
my Jeep doesn't have a name. It's just the Jeep.
Ooh, we
just-
need to rectify that then.
No, we don't. I don't need a name for my vehicles. It's only the moose because all the children named it and it's stuck.
Dwayne, what's your van's name?
Yeah, Dwayne.
Honda Everywhere Amazing.
Wow.
The kids named it.
Honda, everywhere amazing. Yeah, that's great. Okay.
Yep.
That's so good.
And then your truck, no name?
Ooh, no name. No name.
Oh, okay. See, we've got to rectify that.
That
then,
truck's
I'd say.
sad.
Legend. You're watching us and not switching. There we go. This guy, he's slacking over here. He's left it on his mom.
Come
This
here,
guy.
we'll switch positions.
Yeah,
You
he's
can be
struggle
in this.
busting, man. This guy.
He's got a little bit of FOMO sitting on the other side.
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
camera.
He can't believe his younger brother gets to be on the camera, and he doesn't. He's just.
Yeah, he's ungrateful.
Oh, there it is. That's what we're looking for. That's why we brought him here,
Bring it
Dwayne.
home. Well, we'll see you guys later.
Okay, first we want to take care of some of that business we spoke of before. We want to honor the veterans or the families that have had people serve for our country, our freedom. Especially, I mean, this week is an easy week to really reflect on our country here in the United States. As there's election week, obviously there's some people that are really excited about who was voted in, and then there's other people that are disappointed, and that's how it goes every election year. And so we don't want to forget that we live in an amazing country, and there are people that serve in our armed forces that are fighting for our freedoms and fighting for a bunch of things. And so we want to honor them. And the best way we can do that is by showing a video in this context of being online. So here's a video to honor, to say we see you, our veterans. And for those currently deployed, we are praying for you. Watch this video. We'll be right back.
Long before boot camp and before getting orders, before that first duty station, that first deployment, or the second, or the third. Long before the first conflict, and certainly long before the last. Long before any of it, you heard from deep down inside of you the silent call. Now, not everyone hears it, or if they do, listens to it. The silent call says, you have what it takes. It's a conviction that you can do something. Stand in for those who can't stand up for themselves. To be near places you've never been, but far from those you know and love. It's sacrificing your peace for peace in our world. It's standing in darkness so others can have light. So you kissed your loved ones goodbye, and you said hello to hardship, struggle, and sacrifice. For the sake of us all, you had what it took. And what it took was you. And so we say, thank you for answering the silent call.
We do. We say thank you. We're very grateful for those families and those that are serving or have served. So thank you very much. We're going to, in the heart of I Heart My Ungrateful Friends is the topic we're in for the next 4 weeks. We're going to talk about the whole spirit of being thankful, grateful, and what it takes and what's that look like, being blessed, and is that even a real thing? And best way I know to figure out if you're grateful or not is to take a test. So we're gonna quiz Epic. We're gonna see if Epic can fire away on this. There's only one right answer. Okay.
Yes.
While he takes the quiz, you can listen along. But I would love for you to in the chat, what are you grateful for? But it can't be the go-tos, loved ones, wife, spouse, house. I want some funny stuff that you're grateful for. Things that you like that maybe you've taken granted. Like, I'm grateful for whole milk. I'm grateful for movie, like some of those things that are fun, okay? Not that family members cannot be fun. So, Epic, here's your first question. I feel very thankful for my degree of physical health. Never. Once a year, a few times a year, once a month, a few times a month, once a week, more than once a week.
Is there one that I'm always grateful for it?
But are you really? Like, you wake up every day going, I'm so glad I can run?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Wow. That's amazing. How about you, Hal?
I know. I have not. I should be. Yep, but not every day.
That's it. Okay. How about you, Dwayne? Where are you at?
I not as much as I like, not as much as I should. Like I thinking back to like, man, that time where I could, I was in a lot better shape. So I would say yeah, not often.
Not often. Okay.
What about you?
What about me? Turning the tables on me? Are you up?
Yeah.
That's not you. That's not your role.
Well, I'm just
You can't do that. That's the spirit of Epic, or spirit of Lily in you.
I'm curious.
You're curious. I gotta be pretty honest. I enjoy running, so when I get on a run, I'm excited that I get to run and do what I get to do. I get frustrated when I don't get to run, and so most times when I get on a run, I'm pretty grateful.
You're rejuvenated.
Rejuvenated, yes. Yes, I think that's the second time I've used that word in my life. The first time was, can't remember. Okay, here we go. I count my blessings. Here's that word again. I count my blessings for what I have in this world. Never once a year, a few times a year, once a month, a few times a month, once a week, more than once a week. Ep?
More than once a month.
Okay, so how?
More than once a week.
Okay, since here I got Ep, how, I got to go with D. I can't say full names here. Okay, so D.
I would say more than one time a week.
Okay. I'd say I like to start my days that way a lot of times. Not every day, but I would say a couple times a week. I look out the window and I'm just like, wow. Like last night I was running and about 100 geese flew over me. And I was just like, I love where I get to live and get to run. And it was chilly and I love it. I want like loving it like, oh, I get to, I was talking to God like, oh, I can't believe I get to do this. How about this one? I reflect on the worst times in my life to help me realize how fortunate I am. This feels like a trick. I'm going to read it again. I reflect on the worst times in my life to help me realize how fortunate I am now. Never, once a year, a few times a year, once a month, a few times a month, once a week, more than once a week. D, we're going with you.
D.
That's hard. Like the worst time in my life.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know like the worst time in my life. So I don't know. I don't have a defined like this is the worst time in my life because like yeah, I just don't think that way. I think that each stage is a little bit different. So teaches different things, different times of So less than one time a year.
Yeah. Okay.
That was the last one.
Yeah. I think that Dwayne, I think you sprung the trick question there. It was, if you do, it's not a spirit of gratefulness. What you're doing is leveraging negativity to be grateful. Grateful doesn't come around out of negativity.
I was going to say
you passed the test. Woohoo, good job, Dwayne. Trick question. We got you. We didn't get you. You got it. Okay. I don't know if really a test actually helps us figure out how to be grateful or not, but it gets us thinking.
It does get us thinking.
Gets the ball rolling.
We like tests.
We do?
Do we, though?
Yeah.
Do we, though?
Pop quiz. So good.
Yeah.
You've been quizzed all morning here. What's blessed mean?
Blessed is, it means you get stuff you don't deserve.
Okay, we're going to take it. We'll take it.
It could also be punishment.
You get yeah.
You might get punishment that you don't deserve.
And that's blessed?
No,
I'd say that's an issue.
That definition could go for more than one thing.
Well, we're using it for this one thing.
Okay, thank you.
This one thing.
This one thing.
Okay, we to maybe put in perspective about being grateful, lack of grateful. What if in life, on all the things we just mentioned and some more, if you took things for granted and when you did, it disappeared? No second chances, it just out of your hands. We got a great video that illustrates. It's one of my favorites that we show around this time of year periodically. I think a couple years ago was the last time we showed it. And it's so good because it's just a reminder that we oftentimes complain about the things that make our life simple. I'm going to call my wife out. What would be, actually, we're going to see if Epic can get there. And Dwayne. It's a quiz for those two about how they can't play. All she can do is smile and wave, right? She's doing that. Okay. All right, here we go. In the kitchen, what is one appliance mom loses her cool on the most? Do you know what an appliance is, Epic?
Yes. It's like the stuff in the kitchen, like a microwave and stuff.
Okay, great.
And like utensils.
Not so much. You were close. You were close with the microwave. Okay, so this
works.
might be a tough one, Dwayne. We might see if he gets there or not. But okay, what is the one appliance that your mom despises? What it seems like despises the most in the kitchen?
The microwave, because it causes traffic jams.
Causes traffic jam. Okay, that's so. Dwayne, do you agree with that, or do you think it's another appliance in the kitchen that Holly would be losing her cool on a daily?
On a daily, I would go with microwave.
Microwave.
I would
Wow.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Now, this is, again, subject to my opinion. Everyone needs to understand this. So when we turn to
Do
Holly,
I get to answer?
Yeah, we're going to see if you know what I think it is. Or, Holly.
I know exactly what you think.
What is the one appliance in the kitchen that I think you lose the cool on most?
The dishwasher.
Yes, it is, folks.
I didn't even think of that.
Because
Look, she's going to go right into the reason.
It's a fine dishwasher, but there's really high quality dishwashers, then there's like not quality dishwashers. And
Baby, you're springing a trap here.
Do we have a high quality or not?
You're springing a trap of not being grateful for what you got here.
This is true. This is one area.
Wait, are you going to keep going?
When you were saying,
She is.
when you were saying,
She's
the
so
funny
passionate
things-
about this.
No, when you were saying the funny things like what you're grateful for, this was one. I had two things come to mind that are kind of like funny things, but one of them was I probably need to be more grateful for my dishwasher because otherwise we're all doing them by hand all the time.
I'm not going
It
to.
just doesn't always clean my dishes.
Well, that's...
See, I went to, you have 8 dishwashers, so it's like, okay, it could be the dishwashers.
I do, and essentially that, yes, that is what would happen.
Yeah, no, the dishwasher,
I have said everything from, I'm not going to get a new dishwasher because it does work, but I did say just the other day, I'm going to get glass dishes so that this dishwasher will clean the dishes.
That's what she said. Oh, my God.
They don't clean plastic very well?
Not
All
very
I know
well.
is that when
There's
I see
always a
Holly
film.
go in to do kitchen stuff, I just go disappear because I know we're about to get a rant about the dishwasher and stuff. I'm so grateful I have this. It's this thing.
The other one that I am...
Oh, you have another one?
No.
Oh, my goodness.
that
We're going to go in there.
Buckle up, boys and girls.
Yeah, oh, my goodness.
A funny one that I'm like, things I think of that I often... is my washer and dryer. I'm really grateful for them. We have a huge washer and dryer. I've always had good washers and dryers. Our whole marriage.
Oh, so you're saying it's on the other side.
So
you're grateful for that.
That's what I'm saying. Yes. That one I'm like, always, every time I do a load of laundry, I'm like, I love this washer and dryer because it's
then
so
let's
big.
switch the direction of where we put these appliances because the kitchen is right in the main living area, and we hear you squawking about how bad it is.
Yeah.
But downstairs in like a dungeon is where the or the washer and dryer is. And if you're singing praises like you're a princess in a Disney movie and birds are chirping, we ain't getting that upstairs.
That's why she does her laundry downstairs.
And she's just down there forever.
Yeah,
So much peace.
Maybe that's why it's quiet. It's cool. It's calm.
Oh, my goodness.
Are you saying you don't like the loudness?
Yeah, Dwayne, do you feel like all of a sudden you're getting a lot today from the Mendenhalls because you got a kid here?
A kid? Wow.
I was thinking about how very similar it sounds in my house with the dishwasher.
Love that,
that would be Elizabeth. That would be
love
Elizabeth's
that girl.
thing. And it's not necessarily the dishwasher; it's how family members load the dishwasher.
Oh yeah, that's on there, Dwayne.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a wrong and right way, but I cannot do it right.
Nor can I.
Like before bed, you know what Holly does? She reloads the dishwasher.
So
she
that-
changes everything. It's like, what are we doing?
But hey, folks, I don't complain that they load it wrong. I rearrange it myself.
Well, the dishes still get done, so...
If it's no, they don't. They wait, like you wake up and they're greasy. So no, that's not true.
I still use
That's because I put the cat in
the
there.
dishes. Yeah, our cat.
Okay,
Something else.
so let's take this conversation and now what happens at the end of this time with you? We log off, and then because of her ungratefulness for that dishwasher that was given to her and installed, not by her, disappears. Now we're all going to pay a price for that. So what if that happens? You'll know more after watching this video right here. Enjoy. We'll be right back. We're helping you today to get more grateful. Enjoy.
That's all. Seriously? Okay. Oh. Where is it all going? Oh, please. Yes! Why is this happening? No!
It's 1278.
All right, let me get you. No, buddy. No, buddy. No, buddy.
Hey, honey, are you taking things for granted again?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, well, is there anything you can do about that? Because we really need to do some laundry.
Lord, will you please give me a more grateful heart? Buddy! My car! Okay.
All right, Hal, what do you got to say to yourself
all right,
now after
all
watching that?
I am blessed to have a dishwasher.
There you go.
Now you say it.
Yeah. Let's hope it didn't fall on a child in there because it disappeared and then came back.
That would have been
You
funny.
got to track it. Wait, if it fell on a child?
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't. That would crush your child.
It depends what child it is. If it was a legend, it would have been pretty funny.
He's in here. It would crush our computers. My goodness. Let's be sensible here, my son. All right, got a good story for you. Not that we haven't had enough fun times around here. We're going to get to a
fun
point
times.
here. Good times. I hope everybody's enjoying yourself. Thanks for being in the chat. Oh, we got a cool announcement. I think you know this, Dwayne, but that the Sunday before Thanksgiving, we will be live on this channel Sunday, 8 a.m. So I think you got that text
Sunday
this week.
before
This Sunday
Thanksgiving.
before Thanksgiving, which is like the 25th? 5th?
24th?
No, I don't know. Maybe you check on the calendars. We'll have a slide up and announce it, but we'll be exciting to be
24th.
the 24th of November, 3 days before Holly's birthday.
How old are you turning?
It's just after Dwayne. Dwayne, aren't you in November?
I am.
19th, right?
Wow. This is like
That's
a
it.
birthday sandwich.
It's in
So
my
we'll do
calendar.
something special on that day for their birthdays.
The Sunday after Dwayne's, the Sunday before mine.
Yeah, wow, what a holiday. It's great. Dwayne, what are you asking for your birthday? What?
I'm blessed.
Oh my goodness. Wonderful. How can someone bless you more?
How can someone bless me
Why
more?
is it when we get old, we just don't have a list? Like, I refuse to do that. I got to have a list.
Yeah, you have a lot of one-wheel stuff.
Oh, one wheels would be fine, but
Well,
I know I'd go like,
This message might be for you today, too.
why? I'm great. I'm very grateful. I'm
Yeah,
content.
he seems pretty grateful for
Yeah, I got no problems outside of Earl.
Mr. Commentary over there.
Earl. Who?
Okay, Dwayne, what would you
yeah.
like? No!
I'm terrible. I don't know.
We will
Like
give
a
it
Viking? Yeah, we'll give you
Earl.
Earl. If you don't come up with something, you're getting Earl.
Yeah. Earl.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I guess you'll leave it up to our creativity here in Minnesota to come up with something. Holly, what do you want for your birthday?
A new dishwasher.
Peace on earth. Someone throw something at her. Quick, throw Earl at her.
Because Earl had to die.
All right, here we go. Epic.
Yeah.
Two old friends met each other on the street the other day.
Yeah. Is this a joke or?
Yeah, you tell me. One looked bummed, on the verge of tears. His friend asked, "What has the world done to you, my old friend?" The sad fellow said, "Let me tell you, 3 weeks ago, my uncle died and left me $40,000. That's a lot of money. But you see, 2 weeks ago, a cousin I never even knew died and left me $85,000 free and clear." The other friend says, "Sounds to me like you've been very blessed." There's the theme today, people. "You don't understand," he interrupted. "Last week, my great aunt passed away. I inherited almost $250,000 from her." Now, the man's friend was really confused. "Then why do you look so bummed, sad, on the verge of tears?" And he replied, "Well, this week I got nothing." Ooh. You get it? What's he upset about, Epic?
That his family members passed.
Oh, no. That is, you just get wrong answer.
Oh, man.
How do you not get it?
No, I don't know. I just don't get it.
You don't get it.
He wants more money.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I kind of assumed that, but I was like, oh, this is going to be a trick question.
No,
but it
it's,
wasn't.
It's he was bummed because for 3 weeks
2
in a row.
weeks ago, he got something.
Yeah, 3 weeks in a row, he's gotten almost $1 million, and then this week nothing.
He's ungrateful.
Yeah, here's the truth in the story. When we are regularly blessed, we take it for granted. That's why we get upset at dishwashers. We just have we've had it every day. We don't think about, about 200 years ago, they were having to go down to the river and using washboards and stuff we don't got to think about that stuff. We just take it for granted. You see what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
You're tracking?
Makes total sense.
Yeah. So what in your life what would you say is one thing that you, Epic, take for granted on the basis of this story?
Wait, that
you just have started to expect, but it's like, oh wait, actually, I shouldn't expect that. It's a blessing that's God taken care of. What's one of those things?
Wookie.
Who's Wookie?
He's our dog. Wonderful dog. Best dog ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the answer. Dwayne, how about you? Now that in this context, we're starting to dig a little bit deeper on this, but what's one of those things that you're just sitting here? I know you've gotten about 3 minutes to think about this, that you probably take for granted, but it's because it's there every day and you're not really thought about it.
Yeah. And when the air conditioner goes out in Mississippi, like you were like, oh, I took that for granted. Because it's hot. So air conditioner definitely is a big thing. Hot water is a big thing as well. Like,
yeah,
you don't realize how nice even a warm shower is. When you get a straight cold shower, that's not fun.
Not good. Yeah, I would think kind of in those normal modern benefits you get, like electricity. I don't think about that one day. I don't ever go out. I'm pretty grateful that I can see at night and things. I don't even say a word about it. I complain about it the minute it goes out, though. Like, who's not doing their job? How hard is this? Just reconnect the wire. How about you? Is it still the dishwasher?
Well, you've already sold me out on the dishwasher.
No, but that was an obvious that everyone knows. Everyone can pick up. But what's one that you are like, oh, yeah, I take that for granted. I don't even think about it.
Oh, man, I just probably think there's a lot of... Because I think of that, like, sometimes when my car doesn't start, then I get really frustrated. But you just assume my car's going to start all the time. And so... But if I didn't have a car, it'd make a lot of things
but when it comes to our car tends to not start a couple times a month. The battery dies because we have 8 children working against us.
I know, but as a
they leave a door open.
They leave a door open, a light on, whatever. But just always just having the attitude of being grateful when it does start, and not, just always changing the perspective. There's so many.
The list goes on.
But everybody would have so many to come up with.
Yeah. Be great if we just focus on some of those things. Okay, gratitude. Define it, Epic. Gratitude.
Gratitude, I would say, would be being thankful.
Okay. Do you like that answer, Dwayne? Would you like to add to that at all? Make it more complicated?
Gratitude. I can't think of a way to do it without thankful. But like maybe a spirit of thankfulness. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Way to make it complicated. But I understand. Okay. How can you save the boys?
I was thinking like more of like attitude of gratitude. But like just purposeful, like where you're intentionally constantly remembering what gratitude, like what's in front of you and being thankful for that. Like it's an attitude, it's acting in it, not just a thought.
I'm going to say it like this. It might be complicated. Gratitude is a posture of thankfulness. Does that make sense? What's that, Dwayne?
So that's what I said, right?
Yeah.
I said it first, though.
I think that's what's complicated about being grateful is that it's got to be attached to being thankful. But when it's the posture, it's the position one finds themselves in to be thankful. So I think and I could be very wrong on this, but in the way it processes in my mind, in order to be thankful constantly when somebody gives you a special gift, gives you a compliment, to be ready to say thankful is that I'm in a position, a posture of gratefulness. Some of us aren't in the posture of gratefulness, so we aren't thankful. We don't say thank you when things happen. There are so many stories in the Bible, and I can pull them out, and we've taught on them before, but there's one real big story in the Bible where Jesus talks about these 10 lepers that they were going to get, this is a death sentence. 10 of them get healed. 9 of them never come back to say thank you. Only 1 does. And I just think it's in the scriptures to paint the picture, to show us as humans that the posture of gratefulness leading to thankfulness is not natural. It is a taught thing, learned thing, just like. And the reason I use the word, it's not in my notes. This is all on the fly here for everybody as we're just talking about this. So sometimes even when I'm questioning you guys, I'm thinking along with you. This is just how I'm thinking. Just like we teach our kids, maybe you do as Dwayne as well. You teach your kids to have a certain posture at dinner. Sit up. Maybe as a teacher, you would tell the kids, sit up, because the posture, the position was saying something to the teacher. Epic, give me a great posture of, I am tired of what I'm doing right now. If you were in school, what would you show us?
I'd do one of these.
Yes, that's a position, a posture of, I don't want to be doing what I'm doing.
I did that earlier today.
Oh, yeah.
He did, yes.
And did the teacher... correct.
I was sitting right across from him. He quickly...
I did it more jokingly. I was kind of like,
I had a few words for him.
Yeah.
I just quickly reminded him that, hey, it's been pretty light these last couple of weeks. Get to work.
Don't be a slacker.
I got it done, though.
Yeah, you did.
It's done.
Well done. Okay, but does that make sense? Like it's a posture. Now we have something to work on as just humans. A posture, a position of gratefulness. Yes, Holly.
Are you like using that as, somebody brings you a gift or something and just the immediate reaction is to be thankful and just to having yourself in a position where if you don't practice being thankful, even on the daily basis, like what we were talking about, like waking up and the little quiz that you gave earlier about what we can do, movement or whatever, if you don't practice those things in the moment to show gratitude to somebody, it doesn't always get shown.
I think I look at it as like we're using the words blessed. Okay, we've been throwing that around a lot.
Which
today.
I didn't know we were doing that.
I know. Don't wear shirts to say these things. It's confusing. Then we have to explain it.
Just stick to Viking gear, guys.
Yeah,
it always works.
Vans. It's a shoe. Okay. Anyways, when we talk about this blessing, Now here, Dwayne, I need you to track with me here. Just make sure I'm not. You kind of keep me from getting too crazy, so you might have to rein me in a little bit here. But I think God, in order for God to bless His people, that would be those that are followers of Jesus, right? Those that have surrendered. You have to be in a posture to be blessed. Is that correct? Like I'm not talking about. I'm not even talking about salvation. I think here because you got to be in a posture of humility to ask for forgiveness. Right? It is all free, but you still have to you have to possess the invitation. You have to activate the invitation. Still good, Dwayne?
Yeah.
Can we put him on the screen so I can see his cute face? There we go. Okay. So a posture to be blessed means I'm not perfect, but I'm trying to do the right things. We would say it even like this, you reap what you sow. There are biblical things, there are godly things that I can do that I will sow to reap a blessing. Like giving of your resources, right? Isn't there? So I sow my 10%, my tithes and offering, I sow 10%. There is a blessing on the other side of that. Is that correct, Dwayne? Now, it's not financially, right? We don't even know what it is. There's scriptures say that there's a blessing on the other side of giving, right? Okay, so that is an illustration of I sow, I will reap. I don't know when the reaping comes, but I'm going to reap. So a position is to be ready for or to be able to be used by. It's to be a position of readiness, a position of readiness. Gratitude is the position of being having a thankful heart. The gratitude is something that's there, ready. The minute something's I know I should be saying thankful. I should be thankful for this thing in my life. It activates the thankfulness, a position of, a posture of. I've been thinking a lot this week about the word posture and being in a posture where God can bless, being in a position God can bless. You're in a relationship that's not healthy, yet you're praying for God to do something in that relationship. He's like, well, you're not in a position to bless that relationship because you got to fix these other things.
And that's the action on our part to know, like what you had said. I like that of. This is freely given, salvation, this and that, but there's action on our part to, like you said, activate it.
Right. It's by
on a daily,
waking up, doing that. It is a taught and learned thing. It is not intuitive. It's taught and learned, not intuitive. You got your children, little ones, have to be taught this. And reminded their entire life. As adults, you need to have good friends that will tell you, hey, when you're off out there in the weeds and not being grateful. But to Dwayne, to help you on the definition of gratefulness, we're going to go to Webster. Because even Webster can't define the word grateful without using thankful, okay? So feel good about it. You're a genius. We credit you a lot being wise and being genius. Here it is. Gratitude, the quality of being thankful. Readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. It's everything we just talked about there, but that's just in there. But here, now, when we come, and as a follower of Jesus, this is what gratitude does. As a follower of Jesus, gratitude is important because it connects us with God. As followers of Jesus, when we are grateful, when we are going to have a gratitude of being grateful, thankful, we are now connecting with God. It's about acknowledging our relationship with the divine and that God is the source of all the good, all the blessings in our lives and everything in between. This is where we get the word sovereign. People don't like that word because it's like, oh, God's sovereign. That means I can't explain everything God's doing. Okay, so we've asked you to put in the chat already, and you keep going. May this be your journal entry this week at things you're grateful for. But I want you to move past the normal. We're going to just scratch the normal off right now. What are normal things people would just rattle off right away? We're going to give Dwayne the first go at it. So once Dwayne says it, you can no longer mention Dwayne. What's one of the easiest things people go, I'm grateful for what? I'm thankful for what? What's a go-to?
A go-to that the normal
like everybody's going to say. It's not a trick question.
But is it?
I don't know. Like this is my mind was going somewhere else. I would say prayer. Like that's where I'm at. That's where I was going to. Prayer.
Okay.
That's probably not.
That's not it. That's way out there. I was like,
yeah, that's way out there.
But no, yeah. Most people are going to go, I'm thankful for my family. That's the go-to. We're erasing that. You can't be grateful for your family.
Yeah.
What's another one?
I went to my house.
Yeah, that's an easy. I'm going to take grateful for your car. Out of here. People say that all the time. Epic.
Grateful for my friends.
Yeah, there you go. Those are all the go-tos. And everybody's like,
job.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, now what am I grateful for? Welcome to actually taking this seriously. Like, to say those things are almost cliche.
Well, don't you think it makes it a little bit cliche? Because, I am grateful for my house, but in the years that we've lived in this house, we've had more issues than we've not. So there's been more frustration on things. So then if I'm really grateful, it's like, but I've been so irritated on so many different levels. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to open it up of the example of like, so often I'm frustrated at our house, or, oh my gosh, this broke again, or I'm really happy about my house, but something else is going to go wrong about it, whatever. So it kind of nullifies the heart of gratefulness.
Yeah, it's actually, I know I'm supposed to be grateful.
So I'm just going to say that.
Right, but it's moving past the easy, and it's really trying to exercise the muscle. Because as you exercise the muscle, then when somebody does something out of the blue for you, you are going to be moved through the posture of gratitude to say thank you in a way that means thank you, that they feel it, that it's like, oh, wow, it's a good thing to start to work on, the position of gratitude.
That's a great tangible analogy of it, like a muscle, that it gets stronger when you purposefully work on it. Good analogy, babe.
Okay, so in this, now we're going to kind of flip it a little bit, because our lack of gratitude actually is attached to forgiveness. Our lack of forgiving others is attached to our gratitude towards God. It's intertwined. And I'm going to use a story that's going to illustrate it like this, but your struggling with gratitude actually has something to do with your lack of believing and trusting in the forgiveness of God. Or they're in between. Like, I don't have enough time to unpack it all, but we're just trying to set this up. We're going to tee it off. So in Matthew chapter 18, this is the author Matthew, that was one of the disciples Jesus asked to follow him. He's a detailed note taker, and he records these stories that are marvelous, okay? And here's a story that begins with a conversation with one of the disciples named Peter. So Matthew chapter 18, verse 21. Then Peter came to him and asked, Lord, how often should I forgive someone who sins against me? 7 times? No, not 7 times, Jesus replied, but 70 times 7. Epic, how many times is that? You're in school.
70 times 7.
Yep, we'll give you a second. Now, here's the big deal. When you get it done, just wave your hand, don't scream,
I
okay?
will.
Okay. Here's what is, like, you got to have some context here, why this is a pretty big deal. The law says that you forgive somebody, though. This is the law that would figure out, how far do I got to go with somebody to make sure I'm not sinning? Well, the law said the rabbis would teach the young Jewish men that, listen, 3 times is all you got to forgive somebody. 3 times. So it's not that absurd to hear Peter give a number here, because he's like, okay, Jesus, you're ratcheting things up, so I got to figure. I was taught 3 times to forgive, so he's trying to fact check this. 3. He chooses 7, which is a perfect number. So he's leaning on that, knowing, okay, 7. Is that what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to ask, just forgive somebody 7. And now Jesus comes in and just probably shakes his head, going, no, have you not caught on that? There is no limit now. But since you want a limit, I'm going to tell you that you got to forgive somebody 70 times 7, which is how many, Epic?
490.
Are you going to let Dwayne punch you in the face 490 times?
No.
Why?
Because it would hurt. Like, bad.
Maybe.
But what? So the likelihood of you having to forgive Dwayne 400 and some odd times is
not very likely,
because you're gonna have gotten yourself out of the situation.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna duck. You're gonna move on. Okay, I like that. I think that's what Jesus is trying to allude to. Hey, this amount of times, you're probably not gonna hang around for that. But what Jesus is trying to teach, 70 times 7, meaning that we shouldn't even keep track of how many times we forgive somebody. We should always forgive those who are truly repentant, no matter how many times they ask or need it. Why? Why is that important? Well, I don't want us to answer it. We're going to continue, because Jesus is trying to teach this point. This is for all of us. This is an all skate, all play to all of us, all humans. This is something that even if you're not a follower of Jesus, you apply. This has got wonderful reaping in the harvest sense of things. So Matthew chapter 18, verse 23 now. Therefore, the kingdom of heaven can be compared. So Jesus is going to break this down and make a parable up. This is not real life. This is a parable. Parables have you in there somewhere. You and I are in there somewhere. The kingdom of heaven is in there. You got to figure out which one you are so you can learn. So a parable is taught so that we learn about the kingdom of heaven and learn about the isms of humans. The isms of all humans. Not a select few, but all humans. So find the human component in this, and learn. This is Jesus' teaching. Matthew chapter 18, verse 23. Therefore, the kingdom of heaven can be compared to the king who decided to bring his accounts up to date with the servants who had borrowed money from him. In the process, one of the debtors was brought in who owed him millions of dollars. He couldn't pay. So his master ordered him to be sold along with his wife, his children, and everything he owned to pay the debt. Let's pause. We've brought my child in here, Epic. If this was me, I was called for $1 million debt that I had to some king and I couldn't pay it. And now I'm going to come to you and tell you, hey, Epic, the whole household, mom, myself, and all of us are being sold as slaves. How would you feel?
Not good.
Wow. Thank you for such a detailed statement there.
Elaborate.
Yeah, that's
Very
really deep.
detailed.
Glad you thought that one through, processed it.
For a long time. Process
What would you want me to do? It's my debt, right? You didn't. Maybe I bought a pair of Jordans for you with that $1 million. I don't know. But, like, it's my debt. I'm being called for. What do you want me to do in this moment before we're going to be sold to slaves, as slaves?
I would want you to ask for forgiveness.
Is that because that's the topic you feel like we're on?
No, that just came to my brain. I was going to say something like, you pay your debt no matter how hard it would be, but then the forgiveness thing just came to my brain.
Oh, just slipped right in there.
Slipped right
Oh,
in,
man,
yeah.
that was pretty profound, actually. Okay. So in the story, made up parable, remember you're looking for where you are in the story and where the kingdom of heaven is. The man fell down before his master and begged him, please be patient with me and I will pay it all. Then his master was filled with pity for him and he released him and forgave his debt. So the guy that had the $1 million debt humbled himself and asked forgiveness and it paid off. There is a position, again, talk about position, of humility that comes along with forgiveness and gratefulness, gratitude. That whole humility, that my success, yes, I play a part in it, but it ultimately comes from God. My resources, yes, I work for them, but they are through God. That all things are provided from and through God. Humility, that it's not about my strength, my wisdom, my speed, and abilities. It is genuinely 100% about God. When we have a position of humility, it allows us to be grateful, thankful, and to repent. When we won't repent, we see this all the time, don't we, Dwayne? Holly, when it comes to our kids. I don't know, maybe not you, Dwayne, with your kids. They're sweethearts. But, like, there are times our kids will not, you can see it on the face, they're not going to ask, they're not going to say, I'm sorry. They're not going to repent. There's no humility. Have you ever seen that in Sweet Little Marshall ever, Dwayne?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's easy to tell, isn't it? Mm-hmm. There's no way of hiding it. It's like, oh, boy. It's about to go down. They're not giving the toy back. They're not going to say, I'm sorry, because they don't have a posture of humility if I did wrong. Is that a fair statement, How, when it comes to our little ones like that?
Yeah, for sure. Because it's not the nature to instantly be humbled or ask for forgiveness. Like, you want to stand your ground.
Yeah. I'm right. In the story, the music begins to change because you had this happy, like, exciting music. And then this king leaves that king and goes out on the street. And the music kind of gets a little bit eerie because it's about to change. It's about to shift. But when the man left the king, he went to a fellow servant who owed him a few $1,000s. He grabbed him by the throat and demanded instant payment. His fellow servant fell down before him and begged for a little more time. Be patient with me and I'll pay it back, he pleaded. But the creditor wouldn't wait. He had the man arrested and put in prison until the debt could be paid in full. Now, you got to understand this. This doesn't make much sense in our world, but in Jesus' day, the Bible, this is a serious consequence to not be able to follow through on your debt. A person could lend money, but you became a slave to the lender. The lender could come and call for your money, and if you can't pay, you become their slave. They get to deem whatever you're going. It's really, like, it was very hostile and dangerous to be a not a lender, but a what?
Borrower?
A borrower. Thank you. That's where. Thank you, Dwayne. I was trying to get there. So you did this knowing that there's a chance that, hey, I'm going to take the debt. They could call for it in 6 months, and I might not be able to pay it back, and then they can sell me as a slave. So this is common behavior. This guy that's doing this is not out of line necessary. But, Holly, as you just hear this, is there a rub in this story? You sense when I said the music is changing, is there a rub when you're listening to this story?
Well, for sure. This guy was just, let go of millions of dollars of debt that he owed, and then immediately turned around demanding and expecting, the few thousand that was owed to him. And so it was just like a very quick turn of events that here he was forgiven of more, and yet was requiring, which one are we that we always feel the need? Are we quick to forgive, or are we quick to make sure somebody gives us back what they owe us? It's like this person's feels he's in charge of making sure, like he missed the reap and sow.
Yeah.
He missed that part of it, of what he gained and what he received. He thought then he was in charge of demanding it from somebody else.
This man, unnamed, Epic, let's name him. What's his name?
Daryl.
Daryl. Great biblical name there. Daryl. Daryl, he is not in a position or a posture of gratitude. He is not seeing the amount he was forgiven, which was astronomically more than, who's the other guy? What are we naming him? We got Daryl and who? How?
Fred.
Daryl forgiven of millions. Fred only a fraction of what Daryl owed, and he turns around with no position or posture of gratitude, of being grateful for what just happened. He comes now and demands full payment and follows through after the man throws himself to the floor and puts him in jail. Remember, this made up story, but somewhere we're in there. When some of the other servants, back to this story, Matthew chapter 18, verse 31, when some of the other servants saw this, they were very upset. They went to the king and told him everything that had happened. Then the king called in the man he had forgiven and said, "You evil servant, I forgave you that tremendous debt because you pleaded with me. Shouldn't you have had mercy on your fellow servant, just as I had mercy on you?" Then the angry king sent the man to prison to be tortured until he had paid his entire debt. That's what my heavenly Father will do. Now, Jesus is pulling out from the story, and he's looking at Peter and looking at whoever else is, and that's what my heavenly Father will do to you if you refuse to forgive your brothers and sisters from your heart.
Yikes.
We taught this a couple weeks ago, Dwayne. I just rewatched it, and I remember when I said it, we all kind of like, woof, that the level of the experience of forgiveness we get from God is attached in some capacity about how we forgive other people. Right? I mean, that's what we're learning here. I don't know the magnitude of it, but it influences it. Sounds like it would be pretty wise of us to have a posture position of gratitude, of being thankful for what we have and been given and for those around us. Because the attitude of gratefulness, that position comes from understanding we've been forgiven. And that everything else that we've just talked about that we should be grateful for, a dishwasher, a car, whatever it is, we're grateful for those things. We skip over the biggest, that I have been forgiven of my sins, of my past, guilt, gone. We forget it. We walk around that we are deserving the sunsets, though they're beautiful. We're deserving the homes we live in, which is great to have a roof over our head, all of these wonderful things. But at the end of the day, if that did disappear, I don't want it to, but I should be in a position of, man, I'm just super grateful God forgave me of my sins. But we're materialistic people. We like stuff and money, possession, feel it, tangible. You can't see the heart being forgiven, but you know it. You've experienced, you felt it. And we've got to turn around and walk with the position of forgiveness and forgive other people and give them the gratitude and not get wound up into other things that are so distracting. It's a position. The beginning of this, I heart my ungrateful friends. Even the fact that we would attach to a saying like that and be able to point out our ungrateful friends shows that we've forgotten how much we were forgiven. I'm going to forgive them. I'm going to let it go. We won't get so wound up about things. We won't get so offended if we just realize, oh no, I've been forgiven for much more than that. I've been forgiven too. They need Jesus too. There were memes going around this week, Dwayne. I don't know if you saw them. Holly showed them to me. We should probably overlay them in this so people know what I'm saying, because it's going to feel, Dwayne, can we put Dwayne on the screen? It's going to feel political, but it's not. But there was just I don't know, was it meme how? Or it's just pictures of Jesus washing the feet of those that were going to be potentially elected into office, Republicans and Democrats. just washing. And it's like a good reminder of like, hey, as polarizing as all of this is in the United States of America, Jesus still wants their heart. Them, right? And it's us understanding when we get frustrated or offended by a group of people or other people at work and all that, we are positioning ourselves, our posture is changing from being grateful that I am forgiven, because that's the root of it all. I've been forgiven by so much. We now are coming into as this Daryl King guy. Thank you, Epic, for the name. We're behaving as Daryl, going, get him, God. Get him. And God's like, wait, no, I forgave you. Let me offer to them the same I offered to you. And so this is the beginning of a great series of how to unlock being grateful, not just this time of year. Because in the United States, we're hyper-focused. I know this is a U.S. holiday. This isn't all over the world having Thanksgiving, a season of that, but it's a great reminder. And we're going to spend a couple weeks trying to build in something that will last a lifetime of having a position of being grateful, which leads to thankful, which has all built in a root of forgiveness, understanding you were forgiven for so much. And so are those around you in the need of that same forgiveness. So how many times did you forgive those individuals that have wronged you? Unlimited amount.
I just keep thinking over and over, we have lots of conversations with people, and just remembering that if we're never given anything else, if we don't see the Lord do anything else in our life, he's done enough. I mean, he's done the ultimate, but we often think, oh no, I deserve to have a promotion at my job, or I deserve to have a spouse. I deserve to have this. We live in this world where we think because we've lived our life, or we've attended church, or even if we've tithed or whatever, that then we should be getting something back from that. But really, the ultimate price has already been paid. And if nothing else comes from anything else, then we've been given the ultimate.
Right.
But God is so good that he takes care of us far beyond. We're blessed far beyond than what. I mean, he doesn't have to do any of those things. He doesn't have to take care of us. He doesn't have to provide, but he does, because that's his character. That's who he is.
It all comes into that circle of, man, as Holly's talking, they're not cliche phrases. It's how you explain what's going on spiritually inside your life. And I like how, Dwayne, you brought up the conversation of, it's like the football game. It's like there's terminologies to understand the game. There are terminologies to understand how God functions and coexists with people. And that's using those phrases in terms, that's probably the best I've heard it. I think I wrote in my notes that as a follower of Jesus, we are called to be grateful and content, not just for what God gives, but who he is. Mm-hmm. And that's what Holly's saying there. It's not for what he gives or forgiven, but who he is. I love how and we're going to wrap up with Philippians chapter 4, verse 10. Most positive book in the Bible, wrote from a prison cell, house arrest, I should say. Paul writes this, and listen what he writes. These are words of a man that's lived a life. He's done some stuff, gone through some stuff, I should say. Philippians 4:10. How I praise the Lord that you're concerned about me again. I know you have always been concerned for me, but you didn't have the chance to help me. Not that I was ever in need, for I have learned how to be content with whatever I have. I know how to live on almost nothing or with everything. I've learned the secret of living in every situation, whether it is with a full stomach or empty, with plenty or little. For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. So, even so, you have done well to share with me in my present difficulty. As you know, you, Philippians, were the only ones who gave me financial help when I first brought you the good news and then traveled on from Macedonia. No other church did this. There's a whole lot packed in there that we quote as Christians that, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. That's a big, important piece to run around to get through. I can be grateful. I can be thankful. But with the help of God, we can learn that. Somebody has to teach it to us. We need to feel that still small voice saying, hey, you got a heart of resentment. You got a heart of ungratefulness. You got a lot of yucky stuff in you. You got to get that out. And I love that he's just saying, hey, I appreciate you. He's writing to the Philippians saying, I'm really grateful. Thank you for renewing your concern for me. Thank you for sending resources and food while I'm in house arrest. Very kind. He's thanking them, but he's also making sure that he's leveraging to teach them. But hey, listen, I've tried to find contentment in every situation. I've been the same, been grateful for and to God. With everything and with nothing. With a little, with a lot. I find myself in a position, a posture of gratitude. We got homework to do. We got to position ourselves to have the posture of gratitude so we will be more thankful for the things in our life that are small and big. Dwayne, will you pray for us really quick?
Yeah, absolutely. Dear God, thank you for just being a God that's willing to show us what gratitude is and how to forgive people, and that you've forgiven us. God, I pray that as we go about this season, and as we go about our lives beyond this, the month of November, that we would discipline ourselves to kind of have that posture of gratitude, to make us better people, to be around, make us better friends, but honestly, to make us better followers of you, that we can worship you through that, because it doesn't, we know that it's going to take a lot of help from you, because we are very flawed and we need a lot of help and a lot of grace. God, thank you for not giving up on us, and help us to not give up on our friends and to show the love that you have for us. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Dwayne. Thank you so much. We were mentioning earlier about just in this heart of gratefulness, tithes and offering, reaping and sowing. We give everybody a chance here locally in Minnesota and online how to give. It's really simple. Holly, how easy can they give? Dwayne is boasting you can do it in under, I think 3 minutes, but we had somebody on Sunday try to do it in under 30 seconds, Dwayne. Thank you for the challenge. Holly, how easy is it?
It's super easy. You can just text the word unlock to the number 77977. It's going to prompt you right through all the things that you need to know. You can also go to the website, which is unlockchurch.com/give. And you can snail mail it. The address is on the website under the contact page.
And when you go to the website and you haven't filled up for an email, you can go that straight to the Connect with Us, and it will you'll fill it out, and then you can get weekly emails. For those that gave resources for the Pastor Appreciation gift a week ago or so, we put out a special just thank you to everybody, especially in the heart of being grateful and thankful. We put an email out. We put it on Instagram, Facebook, you name it, I think it's everywhere, because we want to make sure people hear it from me. Thank you for your generosity, loving on my family to stay warm this, I almost said holiday season, but forever. Thank you very, very much. We're grateful for that.
We are very much so. Thank you.
But if you don't follow those things, you miss those things. So get connected. We have a lot of cool things happening that are going to kick off this holiday season. One, we have a baptism service on the 15th of December. So if you haven't been baptized and you want to get baptized, you can make your way to Minnesota, or we can figure out how to do it where you are locally to figure it out. But if you're a follower of Jesus and never been baptized, it's time. So we have a baptism service happening December 15th, which we just did 9 a couple weeks ago, and we already have 3 signed up, which is tremendous.
Awesome.
It's very cool. We also have small groups. If you want to be a part of a small group, you would phone in through either FaceTime or however each of the small groups would do it. You can connect through the small groups by the QR code on your screen there. Just get out your phone and click the QR code right there. It'll take you to the website to fill it out, and then we would connect you to what day works for you. It's been we're doing the Practicing the Way. Thank you. Great book. And then we also are kicking off our Christmas events and things of that nature coming up. We have ice skating and events like that are going to happen. That's more local, not so digital, but we are doing a brand new series right after Thanksgiving, December 1st, and it's all about Christmas movies. We're going to take some of our favorite Christmas movies, show a portion, and teach from it to make it fun, light.
Exciting.
I think so. I'm excited about it. Dwayne, do you have a favorite Christmas movie?
Ooh, a favorite Christmas movie? I don't.
You don't have a favorite one? Oh, man, if you asked me that, I'd say Home Alone 1 and 2.
Home Alone?
Yeah, so good.
But Die Hard, right?
Die Hard's okay. I'm on the bus of that's not a true Christmas movie, though it takes place of a Christmas movie. Or during Christmas, because if I said that was a Christmas movie, then Epic over here would say Iron Man's a Christmas movie.
Iron Man 3, yeah. Christmas movie.
Yeah, no.
Takes place.
Do they say Merry Christmas in it?
I'll have to rewatch it. They probably do.
Yeah, and there's Christmas.
Yeah.
It checks all the boxes because there's a
It's
kiss
got
in there.
Snow, a kiss, Christmas decorations,
Christmas
and,
music.
Christmas music. Yeah.
Yeah.
It works.
Sounds like a
They
Christmas
might say
movie.
happy holiday in it because, it's a bit politically correct in some of those things. So I can't give Die Hard as a Christmas movie, though. But no, even with that, if that was a Christmas movie, I'm going Home Alone.
Spirited.
Spirited, okay?
With Ryan Reynolds.
I do like Home Alone.
So good.
Okay. Holly?
I liked them all.
No.
No, my favorite probably has to be the Santa Claus.
With Tim Allen?
Really?
Now, you like the movies over the TV shows? Like the series?
I like them both, but you said movies, so I
Okay, just
the
checking.
movies.
All right, there we go. Dwayne, you're gonna have to work on it here. You were like, ooh,
Jingle All the Way.
Oh, that's
Like that. That was one of
that's based in
in
Minnesota.
the Twin Cities.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That's a great
what's
one.
Dear to my heart.
Dear to my heart. That's filmed in St. Paul. You can go to the exact streets. It is fun. Dwayne, actually, the next time you come up here, this is what you need to do. You need to watch Mighty Ducks or Jingle All the Way. And then you can do the tour. We would do it with your family as well. You download the tour to go to every spot that was shot
filmed
in the movie of the Twin Cities.
That's pretty cool.
It is really cool.
It's
like
fun.
Mighty Ducks, we've done a portion of
did it
the
with
Mighty
a
Duck
friend.
one, and you find out where there's a scene where the limousine drives out onto a lake where they're playing hockey, and you go to the park where it's filmed. It's not a lake at all. They just flooded a massive park to make it feel like a big old lake, never in danger of going through, because they needed a shot of downtown in the scene. So it is literally, it's a block or two from the Viking Stadium.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah.
It's pretty cool. So when you guys make that trip, it is a fun. And then you go through the Mall of America, go down the escalators, just like they do in those movies. Anyways, don't get me started. It's fun for everybody that's coming to Minnesota. You should do it. It gets you a chance to see a different place through the lens of a movie screen.
Christmas Chronicles is good.
Stop. We don't have time. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for being with us. Dwayne, thank you for your time today. Thank you for being a part of that first question about what does the word blessed mean. I think a lot of people are going to like that and enjoy that. Have a fabulous week, Dwayne, okay? Enjoy the Viking game, and we'll see you next week.
Bye,
right?
guys.
Bye, Dwayne.
Yep.
Epic, thanks for being on today. You nailed it. To our studio people, Legend and Historic today, thanks for doing great work today. A little rusty there on the buttons, but Legend finally pulled it through. Holly, thanks for always being here. Thanks for wearing the right shirt today.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're winning. Lily, we hope you are safe with your husband in New York. I hope it's fun. And she said there was a bet going on in the office how many pickles she would eat.
I think I said 47.
47. So she's counting how many pickles she's going to eat in New York because she likes New York-style pickles. She had them flown in for her wedding. So she can eat. If you want to be part of that, you should write a comment. How many pickles you think Lily, formerly known as Wiener, Arnold, is eating pickles in New York? Okay, everybody, if you stayed to this point, you're a superhero and we love you. Have a fabulous rest of your afternoon. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Peace.